Chapter 1, Part 3. We would chill in his shed and do woodwork projects. No conversing, just being present, laughing about the inconsistent lawnmower or the soup of the day Nana would serve. We arrive at the university and make our way up the 2 rows of steps. We have a 30-minute lecture, which I take as time in class to work on the assignment set tomorrow, I assume. The lecture this week was about the weakness of business expansion. It was as mind-numbing as it sounds. It felt like 1.5 hours had passed. Finally, a bell rang, and we went to the studio where we like to gather there. It's mostly unused and not attached to the main building. Gathering around our favorite spot, I remind him of his studies, and he just gives me a leering glare. Knowing what comes next, we get the chessboard from under the table. We set it up, and I choose white as we always alternate. If Tyson puts more effort into his studies, like he does with me and the chessboard, he would be an A student, for sure. We play game after game. I have won 2 in a row, and he took the 3rd. My defense strategies are robust, but Tyson always seems to pull a game out of nowhere due to misdirection or a few turns finishing moves. We both play different game strategies, making the games even more enjoyable. But at 3 o'clock, an alarm triggered on my phone, and I knew it was time to send Pops off. Tyson packs away the game with tremendous speed and play you tomorrow. Yeah. See you, then. I respond in earnest, opening the door and making my way to the back of the university fence, where a hole in the fencing presides. Prying through, you come to another bus stop that will lead me to the church. Not 3 minutes pass before the bus comes, and I am on board. The church my Pop and Nana has chosen is more country-orientated, and I don't usually travel up there often. The bus was empty, so I chose a set dead center on the window side, staring out at the scenery as it took off. The bus ride to the church was particularly long, about 2 hours, so I pulled out my phone with some headphones and tuned into some music. The bus stopped 2 stops along the way, and a girl with bags in her eyes stepped on and chose a seat right next to me. I thought she was a weirdo. A bus full of seat, and she jams in new to me. A few stops pass, and I can see her head waning with its weight, and finally gently find a nestle spot my shoulder. I feel completely uncomfortable with the situation this woman has developed for me. I don't want to pry into her life, but her choices now affect mine. I pull out my phone and load up a game on my phone. I play for about 1.5 hours, and no one else has joined the bus. Finally, pocketing my phone, knowing it was 2 stops up and the sun going down soon, I slightly adjusted my position, waking the woman. She responds, "Are we there yet?" in a light tone. I respond quickly with, "How do I know where you are going to?" "The church, right?" You look at her in surprise. "How did you know?" "Your eyes' outline are red, and the sadness is just dripping off you." "That's why I sat here," she let out. I respond, almost snappily, "I'm getting off soon, and my shoulder is super sore." "Was it a decent dream at least?" She responds, "You're a rare one. You will find a keeper soon," getting up, brushing herself off, and letting me get close to the door. As I hit the button to get off, the bus stops shortly, and we both get off. She walks down the hill. I walk toward the church, where the sun is setting over it with an orange glow. I reach the entrance and push it open, greeting all my siblings, cousins, and extended family. I greet them all one by one. Each one of them dealt with loss in a uniquely different way, and a few aunties and uncles to tear up. My dad couldn't stop moving. and my mother was almost emotionless. The tragedy of losing Pops has hit. My thoughts and feelings are still undetermined yet, because it was hard to see him go. He was struggling with cancer, not just once, but few times. Seeing him in pain made me think that passing on would relieve his suffering. Just the people left now feeling the brunt of it. The church's process went without a hitch. Dad's speech was meaningful. He was always good at public speaking. 5 cousins stood up and noted what amazing quality he bestowed on us, including me, who studied a bit, but we all go through it. When they opened the casket and let us say our final goodbyes, I didn't feel the urge to look. I knew I would be talking to the void. He was gone. I already got what I needed to say of my chest plenty before his passing. The excavator put him in the ground, and that was that. We all said goodbye to the rest of the family, and I waited in the car. When Dad first found out, I only saw him cry once before over a family pet's passing. But this was guttural and heart-wrenching. Yet I couldn't cry. But I knew what had happened, just from the reading from the room. On the burial day, Dad was strong. I guess the way